Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm here with Jason Rumsey of Site One. I'd like to welcome him to the New York Pest Management Association YouTube channel. Today, we're talking about the professional women in pest management here in our state, and Site One has graciously agreed to sponsor one of our upcoming events, which is on July 11th. It's at the Susan B. Anthony House in Rochester, New York. And welcome, Jason. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yes, thank you. I'm Jason Rumsey with Site One Landscape Supply. I'm in an area support role now. Formerly, I was a branch manager in the Rochester, New York store for 20 years. My background is agronomics, primarily lawn care and tree care. I've also incorporated over the years pest control. That's kind of basically my background.
So now you're overseeing several branches. I think you had mentioned 12.
No, I oversee area 0203, which is New York, which comprises of 7 Site One locations from Erie to Albany, New York, Erie, PA to Albany, New York.
I'm assuming that you've grown up in the Rochester area.
I did. I've lived in Rochester. I won't give you my exact age, but over 50 years.
Fair enough.
Very
Smart
close
man.
to Rochester. I was born in Rochester. So I've lived here my entire life.
So very familiar with the area, familiar with the strong history in women's rights and suffrage and all that. We've got a number of historical figures in our region, and Susan B. Anthony is one of them. So you guys agreed to sponsor this event for us. Tell me, what excited you about being the sponsor for us?
Well, the excitement that was brought to me was it's really local, and being a resident of Rochester for my entire life, what Susan B. Anthony offered for women's rights, I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to jump on to this opportunity.
Very, very influential. And unfortunately, she didn't live long enough to see women gain the vote. But her efforts were instrumental in laying the groundwork for those who came behind her. And I think for me, taking some of those lessons from the past and applying them to today, I think it's just a valuable thing. So I'm really excited to have your participation. You're joining us that day, right?
I will. Yeah, I will be the representative there. I was trying to get some other local Site One associates to join the event, but they were all tied up.
Sure. Well, I'm excited to have you. I'll look forward to meeting you in person. And I have to say, I think that probably the gentlemen in the audience are used to being in the majority, and us ladies maybe are used to being in the minority in our industry, whether it's lawn and landscape or pest control or the wide variety of industries that you serve. And to flip-flop that, have an experience where you're used to being either the minority or the majority, and then flip-flopping that and seeing a different paradigm. I really appreciate that you're willing to jump in and see things from a different perspective, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to share that with you. So
Thank you.
So how does this event align with your company's mission or values?
Our company is a big supporter, and we have a program called Women in the Green Industry, which incorporates all aspects of the green industry, including pest control. We hold numerous events throughout the year, and we also have an annual conference strictly geared to women in the green industry.
And know that. That's news to me. I'm so glad I asked that question. If people wanted to find out more about that, how can they do that?
You could get on siteone.com and type and search women in the green industry.
Do you have any personal connections? I think we talked a little bit about it with being, kind of homegrown. I'm actually from the Rochester area too. But if you have any personal connections or insights, I'd love to hear them.
Yes. I was always aware of Susan B. Anthony and her home in Rochester, but that's about it. I mean, I knew, the basics, but I'm really looking forward to learning more about who she was, her home, and I guess the event as a whole, because it's in a very historical place in Rochester. So,
I'm excited too. And my husband, children, and I last summer had gone to the Women's National Historic Park in Seneca Falls.
yes.
But I have never been to the Susan B. Anthony house either. So we'll be learning together. What key message do you want attendees to remember about you or your company?
People don't know SiteOne Landscape Supply is a national company, but we have local presence in almost every market, sometimes multiple. So we're large but local, and I wanted to stress that to anybody that is looking into SiteOne Landscape Supply. Locally, I'm here to support our contractors in the Rochester area, as well as anywhere across New York State.
Are you ready for your super surprise fun question?
Okay, sure.
Buckle up.
All right.
All right, so here's your super fun question. Which Disney princess is your favorite?
Which is my favorite one?
Your favorite Disney princess?
That would be Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
All right. Yes, you are the second person to say that. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I like the overall movie of and how strong of a character she was uh, in that production. Although most all Disney productions with princesses have strong female leads.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. I think that's what's appealing about them. And they've changed over the years. Disney went through a period with Brave, the movie Brave. Are you familiar with Brave?
Yes.
Okay. And there was another one, and I'm trying to think of it. But what was interesting is all the princesses sometimes get a little bit of a bad rap because, the story centering around a romantic relationship. And movies like Brave, I think, shifted a little bit to focus on relationships other than romantic relationships. And I in that movie in particular, I really loved that it focused on the mother-daughter relationship. I have 2 daughters myself, and so I wouldn't necessarily say that Merida is one of my favorites, but I did value that particular message that it shifted to exploring relationships between her and her mother, and also like her brothers in that movie were really bananas. So they were really fun, and they were kind
Yeah.
of the comic relief. But
Yeah. I
um,
have watched
yeah,
that one a couple of times.
so there
So
you go. Well, and
there.
it's funny. I told one of my coworkers that I asked that a similar question the other day of a gentleman, and she was like, "Why did you ask that?" I was like, "I don't know. I sort of thought it would tip the paradigm on its head, make
It's
make
a
you pause
very
and
good
think a little bit."
very good
Yeah,
icebreaker for sure.
yeah. So maybe I should have asked that first. I don't know. So.
Baby.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Thank you for your sponsorship of our event on July 11th. I'll look forward to seeing you in person, live and in the flesh that day. And I hope you get a lot out of the event.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Have a really great day.
Bye.